Hey, so what's going on? I got a little special one here. This is Act of Valor. So if you haven't heard of this is kind of a special movie. It was made by the Bandito brothers, and I don't know who that is, and I've never heard of them. But they took on this ambitious project that on the surface, I mean, just looking at it, it just looks like, any old war movie, but instead of those Brad Pitts and Clooney's in there, this is real Marines in it, which it sounds crazy. So is this a total another wannabe war movie? Is there actually something here? So when I was writing this review for this, the first thing I realized was that I couldn't remember any of the names of the characters. And that's because the character introductions are like the character selection screens in a video game. Like, when they have an opening scene with like, yeah, this was our last night, and maybe, normally if it was a good movie, like an actually, like, really solid movie, like, there'd be some great conversation, you get to know the characters, right? But what they do is, you just see them talking to each other, you can't even hear what they're talking about, it doesn't even look like it's that interesting, because they're not even that excited about it, and it just has, like, these, like, holograms pop up beside them with their picture, they're like, and it's like, 5 years in the army, like, cool, that makes me really care if this guy lives or dies, but apart from those little blur, but regardless of remembering their names or not, they did bring one thing to the movie, which was actually more surprising than you might think. They brought chemistry. Now, what that brought to the movie was all the tech dialogue, when they're talking about, like, their mission and stuff, like, that sounds super legit, and it was very, very well done. But now, when they're, like, talking to each other, like, hey, when they're, like, making fun of each other, like, sometimes it felt genuine. Other times you're like, you're gonna use that take, the worst one. In particular, the chief in this movie, there's some god-awful moments, just sheer god-awful, that it's surprised me that they even wanted to use him in the movie, because there were moments where he's, like, talking, I was like, so you're reading that, like, right off a cue card, like, right there, you're just gonna read that, oh, this is supposed to be dialogue, okay, in my dreams, yeah, but, so that was, apart from that one character being pretty atrocious, it gets pretty predictable at times, and, I mean, come on, look at this movie, it's called Act of Valor. It's sappy. Believe it or not, it's sappy. But what about the action? Now, the first opening scene and the first action, that gives you an idea of what these dudes are all about and what these Marines can do. Like, there is some bad-ass stuff in this first action scene. It's extremely well shot and incredibly choreographed. They really, really set this up extremely well. The middle, there was some decent drama, we'll call it, I guess. But the action was good, but it just felt like a steep drop off from the beginning that started out really, really strong. And the end, it just felt like it became gimmicky. They do this thing where they use the first person. They do it throughout the movie, and they did it tastefully, I thought. But, like, near the end of the movie, it's like, oh, guys, there's, like, 10 minutes left. We gotta finish the movie. So, like, they're like, just give it this guy. He'll run around, and they just kept doing the first person. And then that is what really was the final nail in this might as well be the Call of Duty movie coffin. Yeah. There's a real overuse of that. And it kind of, made the ending of the movie feel sloppy, and it brought it down a little bit more for me. There is a lot of solid things here. Like I said, like, that first, like, we'll call it, like, first third, that's good stuff right there. And it just comes down, So, seeing this in theaters for $10, that might seem a little steep, but, like, for now, this is the closest thing you would get to a Call of Duty movie. And if that interests you, go see this. You will love this movie. So, I'm not saying that this is the greatest thing, but this is kind of, this is worth your time, but it's like, worth your time, rental. And this movie's right in between it for me. But I'm going to go with a worth your time. So this is worth seeing in theaters, and it's cool knowing, like, come on, real Marines, that's kind of awesome. So, thanks for watching, guys. I thought this was worth your time. Check it out if you get a chance. If you catch it on Redbox and you watch this on TV, you'll probably think it's even better. Please subscribe. Please write down some comments and tell me how you thought I talked. And catch you on the flip side. Thanks for watching.